Dreaming big and thinking out of the box remains at the heart of the first ever Sports Tech Startup Conclave here in New Delhi, being organized by Outlook Business and IIT Madras. And one person who has seen this landscape, seen this journey evolve in the Indian sports tech ecosystem is Yannick Colaco, co-founder of Fancode. Yannick, thanks for making time for this quick chat. Can you talk us through this synergy between sports and tech and how Fancode has leveraged this in the Indian sporting ecosystem?
Yeah, sure. We set up Fancode to solve what we identified as a very clear problem for sports fans in India. And that is, sports fans in this country do not have access to the sports content that they loved outside of the tier 1 events, right? Outside of the IPL, India cricket. So we started Fancode saying that we would unlock the power of digital and use technology to be able to stream all these long tail of sports events across, not just across non-cricket events like football, mixed martial arts, tennis and a whole lot of it, but also for cricket. And how would we actually be able to take that to sports fans across the country? So that's how we started. And, over the last 5 years, we've now got 160 million users. And we do, close to 20,000 sports matches across 10 different sports every year.
And Fancode's success story has also been hinged on leveraging the talent that is there at the grassroots. Yes. Tell us the details about that particular aspect of your journey.
So I think when you look at long tail of sports, right, it's in every sport, whether it's in cricket or in football or in basketball, the passion for sports is not just for the topmost event. So it's not just for the IPL. It's also for West Indies versus England, which is international. It's also for the Indian women's team. It's also for the Pondicherry T10. It's also for the Harris Shield, which is a schools tournament. So as we kind of go down that spectrum, there is fandom across these events. What they need is they needed to be published, they need to be distributed. And we've automatically been able to find that there are fans across the country who appreciate the various levels of content, the various storylines of a young child, learning to play or playing his first professional tournament, making it to the next step. So all those stories are something that we pride ourselves in building around Fancode across multiple sport.
Excellent. You spoke of the Indian women's national cricket team, and women's cricket has been a key driver in cricket's inclusion back at the Olympics for LA 2028 after 128 years. Put on the thinking cap, Yannick, and tell us what you see as being the future of women's cricket in India and globally, and how that could affect the Olympics ecosystem come LA 2028.
So I think for every sport, when you are building at grassroots, kids need to be able to see heroes they identify with. And it's not different for women's cricket, right? It's difficult for I have a 9-year-old daughter. It's difficult for her to associate with Virat Kohli. But seeing a Smriti Mandhana, seeing a Jemima Rodriguez, that's something that heroes they can aspire and they can relate to. And I think that women's cricket and the work being done now, we're going to see the impact on the entire ecosystem in India in 10 years, in 15 years, where youngsters are going to grow up playing cricket. Young girls are going to grow up playing cricket because of the heroes and the exposure they get right now.
You cannot be what you cannot see, and it is to change makers like Yannick Colaco and his team at Fancode that we are getting to see more role models in women's sport and in sport in India. Long may this journey continue.